Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know, if I'll ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know, if I'll ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down.
Well, we arrived here yesterday at Mill Farm, camping and fisheries. Less about fishing really and more about camping these days, but there's lots of water around here, as you'll see. And nice bit of history. I'll do a link below to the website. It's family run, this place. The gentleman that set it all up sadly passed away, but he was an engineer, and that's evident as you look around the site. His engineering skills have been put to great use, and probably, I suspect, a keen fisherman. And the lakes, well, they used to be regularly stocked with fish. These days not so. Letting nature take its course, shall we say. Arrived yesterday. Both Helen and I are feeling a bit groggy this morning, so I do hope we're not coming down with anything, because we've got some plans ahead, and we're both just feeling a little bit under the weather. Great thing is we're self-contained in our caravan, we're keeping away from people, and I've just decided to come for a walk, get some fresh air, and try and get a bit of video and some snaps as well. So enjoy this little look around Mill Farm. It's something else, it really is. So we are in deepest, wildest Norfolk, folks. This is the entrance to the park. Old building over there, the Yews, 1732 AD. I doubt you'll make it out on this camera. Sleepy Norfolk. So arrival here is from 12, and given that it's a single track entrance, you don't want to be arriving before then, because if you meet anything coming out, there's nowhere to go. And you don't want to be reversing out onto that main road, which is right on a bend actually. Speed limit on this bit 10, and then as soon as you get round to the camping area, that drops down to 5. Not quite sure what these rings are that round these trees. Anyone got any idea why they're on there? If you know, let me know in the comments below. I've no idea why they're there. But as you can see, with the sun glistening through the trees, This offers everything in terms of peace, tranquility. And for a lot of us, that's why we come away in our caravans, motorhomes, camper vans, tents, to get away from the rat race. There is actually a public footpath that just runs through the campsite. It's along actually there to the right. Takes you to the main road out of here. There is a little village. I can't recall seeing a pub or anything. So you're pretty much off the beaten track, which is why we chose this one. We've had a hectic month actually, been really busy. DJ Dave at weekends, out every week in the caravan. So we particularly chose this place, well, for this sort of thing really. It's called Mill Farm. I'm guessing somewhere there's a mill, a water mill. Maybe the farm was the water mill. So reception is down there in the farmhouse. Just knock on the black door. Then you will be attended to. And there's the tennis court I mentioned earlier. That time of year now, isn't it? The apples are starting to drop off the trees. A bunch of cookers here. So just over here is a little toilet block actually, just a single toilet for the gents and the men and the ladies. And there's also a little summer house there where you can sit and chill and pick up some free range eggs and things like that. So down this side we've got a sort of water in the trees there, runs all the way up, and there's sort of two sides to the campsite. Mainly tents over here, but you can see a little Bailey Pursuit caravan there. But they're mainly tents over here. There's a shower block just on the right and some recycling points. There's a number of waste water areas to dump your grey waste, and also Elson points as well dotted around. If you're where we are and you're on a pitch with 16 amp hookup, it's all 16 amp, you've also got your own individual water tap there as well, so you could essentially go pretty much full service if you like. Mentioned earlier that the owner who set it all up, who sadly passed away, was an engineer. I suspect he's the man responsible for these suspension bridges here, these walkway bridges, which you know you're on a suspension bridge when you're walking across them. I have to say, it might be my 12.5 stone that does it, I don't know, but they move about a little bit. Anyway, let's take you over. You can see what I mean. No cycling over the bridges, that's fair enough. This first one's not so bad. Well, it is moving. There's a bit more give in the next one. Obviously it's a bigger bridge. So just a little bit of water there and a larger expanse here. You can fish, like I mentioned. Just need to make sure you've got a permit to fish. That is I don't know what it's called. This gentleman here is fishing, look. Lovely day now, we had a shower earlier. So one thing there's plenty of around here is walking. No traffic noise really at all. Don't think I've heard any traffic. And in the grounds of the campsite, just these lovely walks. And I'm whispering because there's apparently some kingfishers around, which I would like to try and capture. Fingers crossed. It's late August. Had a shower this morning, but the sun is out now and it's lovely and warm. Just spotted a horse on the field. I think Helen would like to see that. Nice little find this. It's about 40 minutes from home. Very quiet. Very peaceful. Nice. Come on you kingfishers, where are you? Dotted around the place are a number of picnic benches. I think I'm going to park myself on one and just sit and wait and see if anything turns up. On the wildlife front, just spotted a bird of prey. He'd have seen me before I saw him. He just went over the top of those electric cables. He was in the field. Not sure where he's gone now. I hear him. Well, to say I'm feeling a little bit gutted is an understatement. Because as I was walking around the lake there, I just saw this massive bird of prey. I couldn't quite really make out what it was, but it was big, so I think it was a kite, maybe a red kite. Normally see those in pairs, but one on its own. But it's definitely a bird of prey anyway. And you might be able to hear it. It's calling out quite a bit. So if I see it, I'm going to try and capture a picture. We'll see. Well, I've sat around for quite a long time and really seen nothing, I'm afraid. Heard a few noises, including the noises of typhoon jets, but seen nothing. This is what gives me hope there's kingfisher around here, because of all the telltale signs. It's turned out very nice. Got a picture over here. Better go and see how Helen's getting on. I'm feeling a bit croaky voice, but other than that, not too bad. Helen had a stinker of a headache, sore throat and stuff, so Maybe picked up a chill, a bit of cold, I don't know. And then, just like that, we're in our back garden.
Yeah, we are.
Such a deja vu. I think this has happened to us before, Helen. But the last clip you saw there, I've just headed back to the caravan, and Helen weren't looking good at all, were you?
No, I didn't feel very well. I had a horrendous headache and couldn't even lay on the pillow really, it hurt that much. And sore throat and stomach this time. Stomach was bad. So I done a test and it was a faint line for COVID. And then I done another one and it was actually quite a strong line.
So that was it. We're no doubt about that. You know, COVID's in the place, self-contained or not. We're going home, and so we did. We packed up and left. We thought that was the sensible thing to do, both from our own perspective, but you know, you don't want to sort of interact with other people. Not that we were interacting with other people, but you know, the people on holiday, kids about. So we just packed up and went. So literally a day at the most beautiful site. I don't think you left the caravan actually, did you? One walk maybe?
We had one walk the night before, yeah.
So we got in the car. We're only 40 minutes from home, which is one of the blessings for doing local trips.
It was, yeah.
Got home in 40 minutes. I came in, I tested, and I'm positive as well. So we've both got COVID. We've managed to go, or we believe we've got since 2019 without getting it, and now we've both got it. Incredible, really. The sad part was that actually we got a lovely tour planned. Actually, we've got 15 nights away, 6 sites. We won't go into the detail of those sites. You'd prepaid most of those because we decided we were going to do. We've got into a bit of a trend, not completely, but into a little bit of a trend of getting into some private sites and CLs, and really been enjoying them, haven't we?
Yeah.
So we thought we'd do a full tour for 2 weeks on private sites and CLs, and you know, some of them they say pay when you rock up, and others say they want full payment in advance. And
they were very good though. I contacted them yesterday and they said, although they won't give you a refund because it's so close to the booking, that we can go again. They'll hold the booking open even if it's next year.
Yeah, which is a bonus. So you know, where they're paid for, where we've paid a deposit, that's fine, we'll pay a balance, but we can go when we want. In terms of how does it feel to have COVID, I've got to be honest with you, before we actually left to go on the trip, I actually said to Helen, I said, I've just had a voice in my head telling me to calm down and slow down a bit, because I felt completely exhausted. My legs were like iron. They were so heavy and cold, and everything was a real chore. You know, when you're getting ready to go away, you do your packing and you know, doing little jobs like checking the tyres and getting the awning and all that. Everything felt a real chore to me, and I was exhausted. That's how I felt. But apart from, I mean, when we got there, actually, we hadn't been there an hour or two, and I went to bed because I was cold, wasn't I? And you can probably hear the croaky voice going on, which Helen's also got.
I have, but this isn't anywhere near as bad as it was when I was in Scotland. I couldn't even have had a shower then.
Which is bizarre. Yeah, we both had a shower just for you guys for the for this little bit of video. So anyway, nothing against where we were, because the thumbnail would suggest that, you know, we managed a day and left. Well, that's just the reality of it. We managed a day and left, but the site was really nice, wasn't it?
It was nice, yeah.
Yeah, really rustic. You know, I like that actually. It was like out in the sticks and rustic. All the water that was there. The price was really good as well, wasn't it? Do you remember what it was?
It was £22 a night, and that's with 16 amp electric.
Yeah,
and a tap on your pitch.
That's right. Yeah, 22 quid, that's pretty unheard of. And if you want to go off grid there, which you can do, a number of those tents that you saw in the video, they were off grid. And a pitch, even with your caravan off grid, is £17. So actually, you know, I think that's really good value. The owners were lovely, as I mentioned in the video, and I would go back and finish that little trip.
Yeah, she said we could.
Got 2 nights in the bag, so we'll definitely go back there. So a bit of an abrupt end, and now I was going to say we're stuck in the garden, but I can think of worse places to be stuck, quite frankly, can't you?
I had just done it before we left.
We just cut. This is what I've been saying in a number of videos. You know, we only come home to cut the grass and do the washing, and then we go out again. You know, people say, "Why do you go away so much when you've got such a lovely back garden?" Well, we have, but we also like to get away. So Anyway, we're here for 2 weeks, so we've got a fridge full of mainly beer and drinks and stuff, so we might as well just sit in the garden and drink those. I was going to say, I don't feel like I've got much more than a cold, to be honest. Last night wasn't a good night's sleep. I was up for 4 hours, I'll admit that. But when you get a cold, you get like that, don't you? So a bit headachy, a bit sore throaty. My aching legs have gone. You got it a bit worse than me, though. You have to always get it worse,
I haven't
don't
got
you?
it a bit worse.
You have. She has to get it worse. Honestly. No, you did have it worse than me. You weren't good. You now got a hornet round your head. So, folks, thanks very much indeed for sticking with us. I've got to say, we've had a lot of new subscribers recently. So, to subscribers old and new, thanks for sticking with us. Our intention is to try and get something out every week, you know, either a trip away or something to do with the caravan and what we do. So thank you if you've just joined us and you're new. Great to have you on board. For those that keep supporting week in, week out, thanks very much indeed as well. If you're brand new, which actually 70% of people that watch this channel don't subscribe, I just want to reiterate, it doesn't cost anything to subscribe, and you really help us out when you subscribe. You help us out just as much if you leave a comment. So leave a comment and we answer all the comments. We love them. And give us a thumbs up. And if you're really keen, hit the notification bell, because that will let you know when our next video is out. So a bit short. I've got an aviation magazine to read.
Sorry.
I've got an aviation magazine to read, and just dropped through the letterbox this morning. The
Caravan Motorhome.
Caravan and Motorhome Club magazines arrived, so
Yeah.
that'll give me at least 3 minutes worth of reading.
But as soon as we're clear, we might go away again.
Well, this is it. We might find that I think we've got to stop at home for 5 or 6 days now. We'll do a week at home, and we may just pick up on the second part of the. We might just go and finish off the second part that we planned with week 2, and if we do, that might involve a few more aeroplanes.
Maybe.
We'll see. In the meantime, if you have been, as always, thanks for watching. We will catch you in our next video, hopefully next week. Bye for now.
Bye.